Hey everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to my channel, A Ginger Can. My name is Brian and today I'd like to talk about air fryers for a little bit. Now, a friend of mine was looking at buying one and I told him, hold off, I'm going to do a video on this and I'm hoping this helps him form an opinion whether this is right for him in a situation or not. And I hope this helps anyone looking for an air fryer to form an opinion whether it's right for their situation or not. I will tell you right now a couple of things. One, I have a family of 4, myself, my wife, and my 2 boys. You've seen them. I live in a house. We have a full-size oven, and I have a Dutch oven that I use for frying. It's a 5-quart. I also have a 9-quart. Now, I know not everyone's going to have a 9-quart Dutch oven. Thanks, Mark. But the 5-quart is actually my great-grandmother's and sitting filled with frying oil that I've used and can reuse. So it's ready to go for frying. So let's get into what this is. This is a glorified, miniaturized convection oven. It takes a high power fan, it takes a heating element, it blows the air around this relatively small chamber, and then exhausts it here. I live in a particularly warm portion of the country. Like today, it's only 107 degrees outside. There is no way I want this running for 20 plus minutes, exhausting 300 plus degree air out this, heating up my house. Now in the winter, not that big of a deal because it supplements my house heating. But in the summer, which is 3 months, 4 months out of the year here, no. Now I know what you're saying. Brian, your oven goes up to 500 degrees. And you're right, it does. But it stays inside until I open the door, and then it lets the heat out. But when I close the door, the heat stays inside. So there's that. This also doesn't work for me because I do a lot of wet batter frying. So like buttermilk chicken, beer battered fish, things like that. And you can't do that in this because it's got this little plate thing that I can't get it out. It's impossible. It's really difficult to get out. It's got this little plate thing that the food sits on, and if you have a wet batter, then it's dripping down over the holes that are there to let the air circulate. Remember, convection oven. So it's blocking up those holes, and then it's sitting on the bottom of the pan, which also gets heated. So it's going to start burning on the bottom, the batter, not the food, and it just creates a colossal mess. The instructions for this specifically saying, do not put wet battered food into this. The recipe book that comes with this gives you a recipe for buttermilk chicken. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me why you would sell a product that you can't put wet battered foods in and you include with that product a recipe for wet battered foods that you're not supposed to be cooking in this stupid thing. It seems like a pretty big marketing fail. And this thing is a royal pain to clean. Now granted, you don't have to clean the main body, but you have to clean this. And you're only supposed to hand wash this. Now, don't tell anyone, but I take this handle off and I throw the whole thing in the dishwasher. It is a pain to clean, especially that plate, because it's got all these ridges and holes and grease gets stuck in it, and then you end up cooking and then the grease gets hardened in it, and then it's not fun to clean. Another thing, space. This takes up space. Now, it's not as big as like a 9-quart Dutch oven, but it's still pretty big and pretty tall. So I don't have a lot of counter space, so I have to store it, and then I didn't have a lot of shelf space, so I had to move things around, start stacking things, and just getting rid of stuff that I don't have room for anymore. And things I didn't really use much anymore anyway. So I had to make space for this silly thing. Another thing, this is not big. They say you can cook a pizza in this. Not for my family. It would take at least 3, more than likely 4, and then you're running this for over an hour. 20 minutes a pop. Oh, and you still have to preheat it. I didn't mention that. You have to preheat this just like you have to preheat that. So that dumps more heat out. So if I happen to cook French fries in this, it takes 2 batches because you can't pile them up because again, air has to circulate, convection. And you still have to spray them with grease so they don't burn. With that, I don't have to spray them with grease. I just throw them in the oven and they cook. So I had to do 2 batches. It's 16 minutes plus another 8 to preheat. And then I got young, hungry boys screaming for French fries the whole time. I hear you. Brian, you're nothing but negative on this. And you are right. You are correct. Because this doesn't fit my situation. So who could this possibly be for? This is for an individual or a smaller family, 2 people, maybe 3, that don't have a full-size 30-inch oven or any oven at all, don't have a Dutch oven that they can fry in. This could work for that situation. If you're just starting out with your family, you don't have a whole lot of pots and pans because you haven't cooked a lot, this might be a good starter. But you will quickly outgrow this as your family grows and as your cooking ability grows. If you're in a dorm and you have absolutely no access to an oven, if the dorm allows it, you could have this. You know, if it's just you and you want to throw in some French fries, you do that, you're good to go. But everyone's going to smell your French fries. So be prepared for that. Not a great machine. I don't like this. And one of the biggest selling points is you can cook healthy with it. You can, within reason. I can't fit 4 salmon steaks in here. I can fit 2 to allow the air to circulate. So that's 2 batches. I can fit maybe 3 drumsticks in here. I can cook on my grill. I cook salmon on my grill all the time. I cook it on my stove. I don't need this to cook healthy. Healthy is about knowing how to cook what you're going to eat. I can bake salmon, I can poach salmon, I can grill salmon. All 3 are healthy. I don't need this to cook my salmon. And it's going to take the same amount of time no matter what device I use. Although the grill will probably be faster because it gets a little hotter quicker. Frying. Frying isn't as unhealthy as people make it seem to be. It isn't most healthy because there is still oil absorbed into the skin. But when you're frying chicken, there is that vapor barrier of water boiling off the batter in the chicken that's keeping the oil from seeping in. So that's keeping it healthier. And again, with French fries, I have to spray them down with oil anyway. So that's more oil in the system. So bottom line, is this good for me? Not even a little bit. Could it be good for you? Possibly. I hope this short video helped you form an opinion about air fryers. Now, I didn't show you this specific model because they're all about the same. It's just the different size baskets and the different whiz-bang cooking settings that they have. They don't work anyway because if you flip over whatever you have frozen, it's not going to have air fryer time. If these were so prominent, then manufacturers, when they print out the bags of whatever, French fries, they'll say, oh, you have an air fryer? This is what you need to set it to. No, you have to hope and guess and figure out what works best with your particular air fryer for whatever you're cooking. And that takes practice, and that takes time, and that takes a lot of heat. Whereas I've cooked long enough without that, I don't need to figure out new things. I know how long to cook chicken. Oh, you can't do tacos in this. Why would you buy this? Anyway, again, I hope this helped form an opinion. I'm not telling you not to buy it. I'm not telling you that you need to rush out and buy one. This is my personal opinion, my personal experience with an air fryer. It hasn't been great. So thank you for watching A Ginger Can. My name is Brian, and this has pretty much turned out to be a bashing of air fryers. I'm sorry. If you were hoping for something better, I can't offer that. If you found this a little bit informative or educational or even entertaining, please give me that thumbs up, give me that like. That shows YouTube that someone liked this video. If you have an air fryer and it's working out for you, awesome. Comment down below. Say, hey, I have one and I do this, this, and this, and it worked great. It's easy to clean for me. Give the model. That'll help other people form an opinion. I don't want it to just be me talking to you saying, don't buy these things, these are stupid. Because they're not good for me. They may be good for someone else. So if you have that experience, awesome, put it in the comments below. If you have the same experience as I do, awesome, put that in the comments below and we can start a dialogue. If you have a friend that isn't a subscriber yet, tell them about this video, show them this video, and then start a dialogue with them. Comment down below and have them subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. So that's all I got for you. Again, I'm sorry this turned into such a Ginger bashes air fryers, but again, it's not great for my situation. I hope it worked out great for you, or it saves you a couple $100s in not buying one. So that's all I got for you. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.